on day 21 of math, and we are going to spend the rest of the week on multiplication. We started multiplication this past Monday, and we're spending the rest of the week on multiplication. So, we'll just jump right in. So, yesterday we talked about groups and how many we had in each group, and we learned that multiplication is just repeated addition. So if I have 4 5s, I will write the number 5 4 times and add that up, and that's multiplication. Multiplication is just repeated addition, okay? So let's get started with these few examples on the board. The first one I have 3 groups of 5, and we can circle those up if that helps us to see them better. Each group has 5 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 3 groups. I have 3. Each group has 5 counters. So I have 3 5s. And how much does that equal? When I write 3 5s, I mean I write 5 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 5 plus 5 plus 5. So 3 5s equals how many all together? Well, since it's 5s, we can just count by 5s. That's very easy. 5, 10, 15. 3 5s equals 15. Now, let me tell you how we're going to learn to write this today. Today, we are going to learn to write it this way. 3 times 5. This little X in the middle means to multiply, okay? This sign means multiply, or it can also mean groups of, okay? So that little X means groups of, okay? 3 groups of 5. So when you see that little multiplication symbol, you know you're going to multiply or you're going to have groups of. It's the same thing. 3x groups of, 3 groups of 5. I have 3 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5 equals 15. All right, let's do another one. This time I have groups of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if it will help you to see them better, to group them up and count your groups easier, circle your groups. It's okay to circle up your groups. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So 4 is my first number. I have 4 groups, and how many is in each group? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have 4 3s. Okay, that means I'm going to write the number 3 4 times. I have 4 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I just add them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 3s is 12. Now, this is the same thing as writing 4 times 3 equals 12. Because remember, 4x equals groups of, which tells us to multiply. 4 groups of 3 equals 12. I have 4 groups of 3. Altogether, I have 12. All right, right down here. I have lots of groups of 2. Okay, you can see each section, each little group has 2. We'll circle them up so we can see them easier. All right, let's count how many groups I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. And how many is in each group? 2. So I have 7 2s. Now, this is the same thing as writing the number 2 7 times. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 can count by twos. So let's just count by twos. That's the easiest way. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 7 twos is 14. Now, this is the same thing as writing 7 times 2 equals 14, because this says 7x equals groups of 7 groups of 2 is 14, and I actually have 7 groups of 2, and altogether I have 14. That little x means multiply, stands for the words groups of. 7 groups of 2 equals 14. 7 times 2 equals 14. Last one on the board, I have 2 groups of 3. So I have 2 groups of 3, so 2 threes equals. That's the same thing as adding 3, writing 3 2 times and adding it together. That's one of our double stacks. 3 plus 3 is 6, so 2 threes is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is the same thing as writing 2 groups of 3 equals 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 groups of 3 equals 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is multiplication. All right, you have some worksheets in your packet. I'm going to put those up on the board. At the bottom of the worksheet, you will see page 142. If you can't get your hands on this right now, that's okay. I just definitely want you to at least follow me on the board. If you have them out, that's great. You can work through them with me. If not, that's okay. As long as you can follow me on the board, I think you'll be okay. This says making multiplication stories. This is very similar to what we did yesterday. It says there are 4 groups of 3 caterpillars. So these are my groups. There are 3 caterpillars in each group. Okay? So I have 4 threes. Which we know is the same thing as adding 3 4 times. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. So we just add them all up. When we do that, we get 12. Okay, let's just add them up together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. So 4 threes is 12. And the other way to write that is 4 times 3. Remember I said this is the same thing as writing it. 4 times 3 equals 12. That's small. I'm not sure if you can see it very clearly. 4 groups of 3 equals 12. So the X, the multiplication sign, which tells you to multiply, just stands for groups of. So 4 groups of 3 equals 12. I have 4 groups of 3, and altogether I have 12. Alright, on the next couple of pages is where you'll actually get to practice this. Page 145, it has a 145 right down here at the bottom, and it looks like this. So we're going to fill in the blanks. Alright, these are our children. These are their books, okay? There are blank children. How many children? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 children. Each child has blank books. How many books does each child have? Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So each child has 2 children are all together. It says how many books. So we're adding up all of our books. So we have groups of 2. Let's circle up our groups. We have groups of 2. Now we're big first graders, so we can count by 2s. Let's count them. 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 books all together. So we write this as 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, remember X means to multiply and it stands for groups of. So 4 groups of, and how many is in each group? 2. 4 groups of 2 equals altogether 2, 4, 6, 8. 4 times 2 equals 8. 4 groups of 2 equals 8. All right, let's do one more. It's on page 146, just like the last one. The 146 is right down there in the corner. And it has birthday cakes. Okay, there are blank cakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 cakes. Okay? Each cake has blank candles. Let's count our candles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Each cake has 3 candles. There are blank candles all together. So, we can just count all of our candles because we haven't learned how to count by 3s really quickly yet, and you'll get there, but we're not there yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 candles all together. We write blank times blank equals blank. So, remember, X means multiply, and that stands for groups of. So how many groups do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our first number. The number of groups we have is our first number. We have 5 groups of. How many are in each group? 3. 5 groups of 3 equals how many altogether? 15. 5 times 3 equals 15. 5 groups of 3 equals 15. And this shows us what that looks like in an illustration. I have 5 groups of 3, and all together I have 15. Alright, that is all for our actual lesson today. I think it would be really fun if you had some kind of counters, maybe candy or pennies or something that you can make groups of equal numbers and do your own multiplication and make up your own examples, just like I did at the very beginning with the counters on the board. You can make your own examples and teach your parents how to multiply. Okay? Have a great afternoon, guys.